years old, he had lost 5 siblings.
Oh, wow.
At 9, he was left for dead, only to awaken from a coma, paralyzed. But he recovered from a seemingly hopeless state of body and mind. Bradley Quick is here to share with you his path from Skid Row junkie to successful talk show host, author, mentor, and motivational speaker. If you're looking for a better tomorrow, if you want a positive evolution, or if you're in need of a quick fix, you're in the right place. Now kick back and get ready for the top experts in the field of body, mind, and soul. Here on the Quick Fix with Bradley Quick. Purpose, power, motivation.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Quick Fix here on Cool Change Radio, your home for positive answers and the place for you to find that life and health solution you've been looking for. We're right here right now to inform you to the latest life enhancement techniques in many different areas, including health, fitness, nutrition, psychology, finance, weight loss, and a whole variety of other wonderful and life-empowering topics. Today's show is brought to you by the Cool Change Foundation. If you're fond of our show, if we brought you some breakthrough solutions, or you just want to help us stay on the air, please donate today. Come on, think about it. When we make life better for mom and dad, we make life better for the children. When we make life better for the children, we make life better for the family. Everybody wins. It's 100% tax deductible besides, and no donations too small. You can donate right now at www.thecoolchangefoundation.org. That's thecoolchangefoundation.org. And remember, it's time for Cool Change with the Cool Change Foundation. Hey, welcome everybody. My name is Bradley Quick. I'm here as always to discuss solutions with you. I'm here to talk to you about having a better life experience and becoming the best you that you can be. Our guest today is Demian Lichtenstein, co-author and producer of Discover the Gift, a simple roadmap to a journey of self-discovery that will undoubtedly change your life. Hey, Demian, you ready for a great show?
I'm ready for the best show ever.
That's cool. You sit tight. We'll be right with you. Fair enough?
Fair enough.
All right. Thank you all for joining us on CoolChangeRadio.com, BradleyQuick.com, and on Facebook.com. As you know, you can catch our live and recorded video shows and interviews on those sites and many other websites. And as always, you can listen to our archived audio interviews, hundreds of them. Your favorite topics, favorite experts, and favorite personalities at BradleyQuick.com. Now, if you're not hanging out on CoolChangeRadio.com, BradleyQuick.com is definitely the place to be. Later, my buddy Paul Medrano, former Mr. Universe, will be here with us talking about fitness and healthy living in our Getting Fit with Mr. Universe segment. It's all going to happen shortly, so stay put. Now, make a note. If you'd like to chime in with a question for my guest today, you can pick up the phone and dial the studio right here at 818-824-9123. That's 818-824-9123. That's the Cool Change Radio Network, 818-824-9123. Would love to hear from you. Okay, he's done some amazing stuff. He's working towards living better every single day by getting together and making this happen in everybody's life. It's called The Gift. It's an amazing, wonderful program. It's a documentary that will change your life and everybody else's. His name is Demian Lichtenstein. He and his sister, Shajen, Joy Aziz, were wonderful enough to put this together. Hey, guys, welcome. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
Have you. So good to have you. We got all caught up there in lights and everything going on.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
And just for correction, it's Cheyenne.
Is that Cheyenne?
Cheyenne's my sister's name.
Cheyenne. Okay, that's how you spell Cheyenne, huh?
That's how she spells it.
I love it. Cheyenne, and you've got a bunch of great people on this wonderful Discover the Gift. You've got His Holiness the Dali Lama. You've got Victor Hansen, and just go Jack Canfield, Bernard Beckwith. What inspired this to happen?
Well, the inspiration came ultimately inside of a breakdown that I was having. I've been working very hard at achieving some sort of large Hollywood career. I got to the top of the whatever proverbial ladder that I was climbing at the time and found myself in a deep state of upset, cynicism, despair, resigned, kind of one of those, if this is what it's all about, then I've somehow or another climbed the wrong ladder, or as Jack Canfield says in the movie, in the book, you spend 50 years of your life climbing to the top of the ladder only to realize that the ladder is leaning against the wrong wall. And for me, suddenly I realized my ladder's leaning against a wall I don't want to be on. And even though my passion and my gift is filmmaking and storytelling, something was missing, and it was profound enough missing for me that I knew I had to make a change. I had to create some sort of transformation in my life. And I was at least conscious enough to know I was unconscious at that moment. So I went to the person that I love and trust the most in the world, and the person who I'd had the biggest breakthrough in my life with, which was my sister, Shajen.
Right, but you and your sister went through a long spell of non-communication, huh?
Yeah, I would say an extremely long spell. As we say in the book, as my sister starts the book, she goes, in principle, she says, let me be clear from the beginning that my brother and I were enemies. So my sister and I had grown up as enemies, and that is because we had a lot of tragedy in our life early. So we weren't exactly, we didn't understand as children where to put all that anger, and of course we focused it on each other, especially after our mother died when I was 14 and my sister was 12. But to skip back to finishing what you asked, I sought my sister out, and literally she was the school teacher living on the mountain in Vermont, dedicating her life to the physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being of children. And I said, I don't get it. I've worked so hard to achieve something, and I'm so deeply still unsatisfied and unfulfilled and unhappy. And she just asked me a very simple question. She said, when is the man I know going to match the work he's doing in the world? Because it's not a match.
Wow.
And from that simple question began a 5-year odyssey and journey that has now culminated in the Discover the Gift project, which is the motion picture, the book, the soundtrack, the audio programs, the seminars, all of the our Facebook community, all the things that we did together on that journey. And the big shift in my life from Hollywood director into and I'm still a Hollywood film director,
right,
but into the transformational side, was asking my sister to join me on this journey. And she did. She completed being a school teacher and went on this journey with me.
And as a result of that, her marriage has been enhanced and revitalized, right?
Yes.
And her life is she grabbed a whole new purpose and meaning, correct?
She did, and she's constantly discovering yet deeper and deeper expressions of her own gift. She always wanted to be an author. We call her the accidental star. She was last year she received from Bernard Beckwith the World Humanitarian Award. She was voted by the National Association of Professional Women Woman of the Year, which is where she is right now in New York, being honored as the Woman of the Year 2011 and 2012.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
So it's really like her removing the blocks by following the 8 steps of discovering her own gift has thrust her into a limelight she wasn't even prepared for. We call her the accidental star.
That's wonderful. The accidental star. That's beautiful. Now, I'm convinced in my book and my CDs and my seminars and this show, The Quick Fix, talks about people being as unique as their fingerprint and their DNA. They're one of a kind. They're so special they don't even know.
We say the same thing.
I understand that. It took me a long, hard road to get there, to that spot. When did you finally realize that we all have a gift? When did you realize that? And was it when your ladder, or you were at the top of the ladder leaning against the wrong wall, or what happened?
I'm going to say that the credit to both Shajen and I realizing that we had very unique gifts goes to our parents. We were very blessed to have 2 extremely creative, artistic parents, Fonda, our mother, and Richard, our father. And even though they were divorced at a very early age, for Shajen and I, we were 4 and 2, they never stopped instilling into us that we had our own unique expression,
right,
that we had something special inside of us that was unique to who we were, and to continue to discover that.
Right.
So that's where it began. And then I think what happens is that, or what happened to us is that life hammered into us that there's pain and suffering.
Right.
And we went through a lot of that. And then I'm going to say that it was through the process of my own transformation and my sister's that this very clear roadmap, we call it the download. We both had a shared dream.
A shared dream, that's unique.
Yeah, really unique. And that shared dream is the cover of the book. That's why that lotus in that vast body of water with the distant mountains and the moon, we both had this same dream. And my sister painted it and I sketched it. And then ultimately it became the symbol and the cover of Discover the Gift.
Because I know that it's so easy for us to get stuck in this social paradigm and the social matrix.
Yes.
And it's so tough to step out and to get into the spiritual matrix. It's even tougher to combine them both. You know, it sounds to me like you've done that by studying other disciplines and other techniques and things. And we're just about to go to a break, and I want to talk to you about that. About what route you took to step on in other disciplines. That's amazing.
You got it.
That's amazing. He's an amazing guy. This is a wonderful thing. Stay put, everybody. If you got a habit you want to change, how would you do things differently to better your life experience if you could, huh? We just might have some insight for you, so stay put. I'm here with Demian Lichtenstein, co-author and producer of Discover the Gift. Find that your gift. You can experience joy, power, fulfillment, freedom, and unconditional love in ways far beyond your imagination. This is the Quick Fix here on Cool Change Radio. We're broadcasting live from Freddie Siegel Studios. I'm Bradley Quick, and yes, we'll be right back.
Today, experience the Quick Fix, a simple process for positive change. Written by Bradley Quick, author, producer, motivational speaker, and host of the award-winning radio talk show, The Quick Fix with Bradley Quick on CoolChangeRadio.com. Bradley's passion for life is evident in his book, written so you can experience health, find your purpose, and have more effective relationships. Beating insurmountable odds, overcoming death, and being paralyzed, Bradley fought his way back so he could help you conquer your struggles. Experience increased health, vitality, passion, and purpose in your life right now with The Quick Fix, and read about Bradley's courage, ambition, and determination to live. Whether the issue is your thoughts, your physical body, or you just want to feel better and be happy, The Quick Fix, a simple process for positive change, will change your life. For only $19.95 plus shipping and handling. Take positive action now and receive a free guided meditation CD with your order. That's a $20 value free with your order today. Go to BradleyQuick.com. That's BradleyQuick.com. Take control and begin feeling better now. Get the book and free CD now at BradleyQuick.com.
You're listening to The Quick Fix with Bradley Quick. Purpose, power, motivation. We'll be right back.
Have you been to years of counseling and therapy only to realize that you're pretty much the same? If you're tired of reliving old patterns and convincing yourself that you're changing each time when you're really not, I've got someone that can definitely help. Meet my buddy Dr. Kevin Fleming of Gray Matters International. He's got some innovative coaching solutions just for you. He's a former neuropsychologist turned life coach for the purpose of helping you better your life through science and personal coaching. It's always better to have a coach. Just ask your favorite star athlete or executive. They'll tell you getting coached will take you to the next level and beyond. Dr. Kevin Fleming today. Call him at 877-606-6161. That's 877-606-6161 for a free consultation. He's on the phone for you at 877-606-6161 for your free consultation. My buddy Dr. Kevin Fleming. All right, welcome back. You listen to The Quick Fix on Cool Change Radio, your home for self-improvement and a place for past positive change. I'm Bradley Quick, and we're right here right now to help you gain the upper hand in becoming all that you want to be. This segment is brought to you by my buddies at GapZip.com. That's GAPZIP.com. They ask, how do you think? They say, how you think is more important than what you think. It's one of the chief reasons why many of you get stuck when you try to take the next step in your career or personal relationships. You can join the two dynamic guys from GapZip.com who actually teach people how to think. Join them every second and fourth Tuesday evening at 7 p.m. Pacific at GapZip.com. Every second Tuesday and fourth Tuesday evening at 7 p.m. Pacific at GapZip.com, so you can too learn a new way to think. GAPZIP.com. For those who are just joining us on Cool Change Radio, Facebook, or BradleyQuick.com, welcome. You can listen to this show again and hundreds of hours of other self-discovery content anytime you want by simply going to BradleyQuick.com. There you can also sign up for our weekly radio show email reminder, where once a week you receive the most recent interviews in the comfort of your own home or office. Then you can listen at your convenience, and make sure not to miss your favorite authors, experts, or personalities. You can also podcast any of our shows, or just listen to us anytime from anywhere at www.bradleyquick.com. As long as you're searching out the show, you can go to YouTube, and I know some of you spend some time on YouTube. You can go to Cool Change Radio on YouTube. We just started Cool Change Radio on YouTube with the channel, and we've already got about 400,000 views in about 3 or 4 weeks. I'm just really amazed and surprised and overwhelmed by it. But go there, subscribe today. Cool Change Radio on YouTube. All right. Our guest today is Demian Lichtenstein, co-author and producer of Discover the Gift. He and his sister Shajen, Joy Aziz, share their own heartfelt personal stories of tragedy and redemption. Demian and Shajen introduce us to 8 fundamental steps that help you to discover the gift within you and prepare you to share that gift with others. Demian, welcome back.
Thank you. Great being here.
So good to have you here, man. So before we get into the disciplines and what jetted you into that, and how what disciplines you decided to take, and in what order, if that even came about in order, but let's talk about the 8 steps that you and your sister derived from this experience.
Well, the 8 steps are what we call a simple roadmap to discovering what your gift is and who you are. One of the things that
that's your passion and purpose,
yeah. And one of the things that we found is that a lot of people were talking about how to feel better or how to transform or what to do. Yet the nature of conversation is that it disappears. That's why it's so hard for us to remember a good joke, right? It's like we hear it and we laugh, and then we're like, what was that joke? And it's even when someone says something profound, or we hear something profound that has the power to alter and change and transform our lives forever, it disappears into the ether. And so in the creation of the motion picture, we were able to articulate something that you could watch again and again and again, so that the conversations and those 8 steps could start to vibrate within your cells. And what's beautiful about Discover the Gift and the 8 steps, for example, is that they support any other discipline. It doesn't matter whether it's a spiritual practice, a business practice, a personal practice, your own unique gift to yourself. Those steps support that, and they work hand in hand. For example, like with your book, with a quick fix, those 8 steps support that as well. And
so they're universal common sense, practical steps. They're not something that's completely, totally out of the box.
That's right, which is why we begin with step 1, which is receptivity. Just literally being open to what's possible in your life. How could I shift and transform into having the experience of myself, of joy, following my passion, love, bliss, and experiencing all of the fulfillment that life has to offer. And we don't pretend that life isn't going to keep coming at you. Like, life doesn't stop happening. But what we attempt to do is give you those practical guides and steps to the fulfillment of what's most important in your own life. And we are getting thousands of responses from around the world of how much it's impacting other people's lives. I hope that answers that question.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead, but we got lots more questions to go. So what's step number 2?
Well, if you don't mind me sticking with step number 1 for a minute.
No, go ahead.
All right.
All day.
You had asked me in being what were the practices or the fundamental things that shift and changed my life and my sister's
what
life.
Disciplines did you
So, for example, early on, my sister and I both trained in martial arts, which is a discipline, right? And we got pretty good at it in our early life. As we trained in the discipline of educating ourselves in what was our respective passions. Mine was film, hers was actually teaching. And what's remarkable about my sister is that she was a high school dropout, and now is in her PhD program, right? So but her passion has always been the education of children.
Sure.
That's where she lands. But what we started to do, and what I spent a big part of my life doing, was looking at and studying the disciplines of other masters. And specifically, what do I mean by that? I would meet people that had what I had considered to have extraordinary transformation or major life changes that altered the trajectory of their own existence in such a powerful way. I'm like, what were you doing?
Right.
And, one of my favorites, I always say it, was Landmark Education and the Forum, because it was in Landmark Education, in the Forum, that I had the breakthrough with my sister that shifted our life forever, which is clearly articulated in the film. It's a deeply emotional moment in the movie and still in the book and still in our lives. Bernard Beckwith, the Agape International Spiritual Center, that is a discipline for me and for us. We have a deep respect and honor for him and for everyone in the Agape world, which means unconditional love from a spiritual perspective. Right. So even though my sister and I are both born Jewish and we have an intense, history of our family escaping the Holocaust and coming here, for me, my studies led me into studying Buddhism, which ultimately led me to meeting His Holiness the Dalai Lama. And I think that if I could articulate that story shortly, the first time I met him, I wanted to go in raw, like without any expectations or precepts or conditions. At the time, I didn't even know that was my ego. I thought I was being egoless. No cell phone, no cameras, no nothing. I'm just going to go in. It's a private meeting with 6 people, and I want to stand at the back of the line because I want as much time with him as possible, just being in his presence. So I walk in, I go to the back of the line, and immediately the guy at the front of the line walks up to me and hands me a giant camera and says, "I heard you're the filmmaker. Would you please take my picture with His Holiness?" And so I'm like, oh no, please. So I stand to the side with this huge camera, and he goes up to His Holiness, puts his arm around him, sticks his thumb up in the air, and I'm like, okay, gush, 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 flashbulbs, flashbulbs, flashbulb. Okay, and I went to hand him the camera, but he was in his moment and went off into the corner to sit down. The next person went and had their meeting with His Holiness, and then they turned to me for a photograph. So I take more photographs. Then the next person. By the time we got to the 4th person, there was one more before me, I'm like, my ego had completely taken over. Imploded, and I'm like, great, so now I'm the photographer. Awesome. This is so great. I'm so happy.
Look what I've become.
And then the last person went, and then suddenly it was my turn. So there is His Holiness standing looking at me. I'm like 5 feet away from him. And in that moment, all I thought was, okay, great, so who's going to take my picture? And so I turn around to hand the camera to somebody. Of course, there's nobody there. And in that moment, at the same time that I felt his presence, I realized, oh my God, you just turned your back on His Holiness, and I get a tap on my shoulder. And I turn around and just completely deflated. And I look up into His Holiness's eyes, and he looks at me with his hands in front of his chest very sweetly, and he says, "Tell me, Demian, what is more important, a photograph or this moment of eternity we share together?" And I was infused suddenly with this immense warmth and this internal light. Tears started streaming down my face, and I said, "Eternity, Your Holiness."
Wow.
That's what's most important.
What a cool thing.
Yeah.
That's a great story.
So,
and also you got what you walked in with, the intentions you walked in with, no camera, no cell phone, no nothing. You got that.
Yeah.
At the end.
I got it in the end. And I think that if we're willing to be open to the possibilities that life is presenting to us, then we will get exactly what it is that we need. And then we can take the next step.
Right. The universe is all about supplying us with what we need. Not necessarily with what we want, but with what we need. in order to achieve our purpose and our passion. His name is Demian Lichtenstein. He's the co-author and producer of Discover the Gift. Discover the Gift presents a simple roadmap to a journey of self-discovery that will undoubtedly change your life forever. You can check him out at www.discoverthegift.com, discoverthegift.com. There's more coming. We've got another break, okay?
I love him.
It's discoverthegift.com. His name is Demian Lichtenstein. It's so wonderful to have you here. It's just amazing to have enlightened individuals like you here on the program. All right. This segment has been brought to you by the guys at GapZip.com. They say thoughts are things. Thoughts lead to actions, which lead to results. So if you're sick and tired of your results, take a look at your thinking. You can join the two dynamic guys from GapZip.com who actually teach people how to think. Join them every second and fourth Tuesday evening, 7 p.m. Pacific at GapZip.com. This is Cool Change Radio, your home for self-improvement and a place to reshape your vision of what's possible. I'm Bradley Quicken. We'll be right back.
There are self-help seminars costing thousands of dollars guaranteeing miraculous transformations. There are compelling speakers and life-changing weekend experiences where you can walk on fire. They all deliver revelations that guarantee you'll come back for the more expensive revelations filled with even greater wonder next month on Fiji. We get addicted to positive, heartfelt, expensive theater. What we really need is a jumpstart, an awakening, someone who can give us a reminder that everything we need lies within. Through inspiration and practical knowledge, Dorothy Donahue helps people get grounded and motivated, inspired and energized. It's not just words and affirmations and the power of intention. It's a mindset brought about by a tangible, transcendental experience, an audio-visual, physical, spiritual experience that helps us realize we transform ourselves. We get tools to become the conscious co-creators of lives of unlimited potential. Find out more. Go to DorothyDonahue.com. You're listening to The Quick Fix with Bradley Quick. Purpose, power, motivation. We'll be right back.
I'm Melody Beattie, author of Codependent No More. 7 times more Americans have hepatitis C than AIDS. I'm one of them. If you're one of the millions of Americans with hepatitis C and your doctors are treating you with interferon, then you're clearly aware of how your life has been turned horribly upside down. Backed by huge pharmaceutical monies, the medical community swears there's only one dangerous, disabling way to battle this silent killer. It's not true. There are alternatives and they work. Triumph Over Hepatitis C is a book written by best-selling author Lloyd Wright, who fully recovered from this frightening disease. Lloyd is helping others to take charge of their lives and fight for their body's freedom from this crippling illness. His program is working for me. Call the people at Hepatitis C Free now at 866-HEP-C-FREE. That's 866-HEP-C-FREE. Don't become another medical statistic. Find out the truth about hepatitis C and get your life back.
Get your copy of Triumph Over Hepatitis C at Barnes & Noble and at hepatitiscfree.com. Call 866-HEP-C-FREE.
All right, welcome back. You're listening to Cool Change Radio, your home for self-improvement and a place to find your passion and purpose. I'm Bradley Quick, and we're right here right now to provide you with alternative solutions to the issues in your life. Hey, I'd like to share with you a great opportunity. I'm going to be at the Dreaming House in Teotihuacan, Mexico, the end of June. That's right. My buddy Lee McCormick has a place down there that's run by a beautiful woman named Emily Greaves. It's called the Dreaming House. It's in Teotihuacan at the base of the Toltec Pyramids. Incredible place to be. It's where I had my divine spiritual matrix experience. You can do this too. And what we do is fly into Mexico City, take the van up to 7,000 foot elevation. You stay in the Dreaming House, and they don't just give you a tour of the pyramids. This was built here, and this is this, that. Wow, you get to experience the energies of the pyramids. It'll blow you away. It'll blow you away. And they go down there 4 or 5 times a year. Go to www.spiritrecovery.com. That's spiritrecovery.com, and click on the Journeys link. So they also go to Machu Picchu a couple times a year, and we're going to be broadcasting from their Soul Journey event in Joshua Tree coming up the end of May. So you don't want to miss this. So if you go to spiritrecovery.com, click on the Journeys link, select one of the enlightening, life-enhancing, motivational, spiritual awakening experiences, and join us. Join us on the pyramids. Join us someplace. And tell them you heard about it on the show. Just mention my name, Bradley Quick. They'll definitely give you a discount. That's spiritrecovery.com. Click on the Journeys link and join me down in the pyramids. All right, discover the gift. Along the way, you'll receive both direction and support from a wide range of the world's most influential transformational leaders, people from all walks of life who not only live their gift every day, but who have made it their purpose to help you do the same. Joining us once again is Demian Lichtenstein, co-author and producer of Discover the Gift. Damian, welcome back.
Good to be here.
That was great. The Dali Lama, huh?
Yeah.
That was cool.
A teaching that will live with me forever.
Yes. It was very impactful.
It was.
Wow. The whole experience there, the standing in the line, the whole deal, the cameras, everything was all purposeful, wasn't it?
It was.
Wow, that's amazing. So is that where you started to go see the Dalai Lama? Or you started with Buddhism? Or you started with agape? Or what did you? Or did you start martial arts, of course, when you were a child?
I mean, it really, once again, and I know many people suffer with their disconnection or disassociation or upset with their parents and blame their parents for why their life didn't come out the way they wanted it to. And my sisters in my world, our parents continue to get the credit for being the most extraordinary artists we've ever met, like actual painters and sculptors and some of the greatest teachers we've ever met. So I'm going to continue to give the credit to our father and our mother. Though they were divorced, they continued to make a point of empowering our gifts. And so one of the things that I say often is, if you are someone who is willing to take on the challenge and the risk of discovering the gift within yourself, of actually moving through what you may consider to be your greatest tragedy or your greatest adversity, and seeing that adversity as the keys to the doorway to the fulfillment of
kingdom.
The kingdom.
Yeah.
And which you did.
Right.
You went through that. So I love talking to you about it because you know exactly what I'm talking about. You took the greatest tragedy and the greatest adversity in your life, and through moving through that, you discovered the depth of your own gift, and now you actively share it in the world and impact and empower people on a global level. So because you do that, because you've been willing to go through that process yourself and discover the gift within yourself, the natural expression for you, which, by the way, is a natural expression for all human beings, and here I am in your studio, is to help discover and or see and recognize the gifts in other people. And the more you do that, the more that you nurture and educate like a child, like you would a child, the gift within yourself, and continue to give it opportunities to grow and express itself, the more fulfillment and joy and power and abundance and just life you will experience. But I also say that the opposite is true. The degree to which someone is unwilling to discover the gift within themselves. You know, I always wanted to be, I'm just making it up, a motivational speaker. But Dad said I had to be a banker, okay? And all I did was do banking, and I got very, very upset. And then pretty soon I became resigned, cynical, pissed off, and
you made a huge point when you said this is making the movie and the enlightenment you've had is the toughest thing you've ever done, and that's what everybody's up against, is that wall. Because in order to get to where you're talking about, and I only know this through my experience and your experience, is you have to uncover, discover, and discard what you think you know, and open yourself up to what can be, which is all a huge, vulnerable, humbling experience, right?
Completely.
And then you might be inspired intuitively with a thought or decision by the powers that be in the universe.
Absolutely.
But you've got to grasp that opportunity to become that spiritual warrior that you are, and not just succumb to this doesn't feel good, I'm going to keep on the immediate gratification mode.
Right, and what happens in that immediate gratification mode is that what you're doing is you're constantly trying to feed some internal monster that's never, ever going to be satisfied. Until the satisfaction comes in when you're willing to go, okay, everybody said, or I thought I should be this, but what I really wanted in my life was whatever was your gift. That's what I really want.
Well, what you hit upon there is passion and purpose. Everybody has a passion and has a purpose. And when you're able to get out there and live your passion and purpose, you're able, you've never been so high. You've never been so free. You've never been so fulfilled or had so much love in your life. It's like you're in the bubble, you know, and it's by self-forgetting that one finds. Because if I'm taking my gifts as a spiritual warrior and I'm helping you out or anybody like you, I'm not thinking about me. Nor are you thinking about you when you're helping other people.
Yeah. When the attention's on me, I typically experience suffering.
Right.
And when my attention is on another human being, then I actually experience joy and that I'm making a difference in the world.
Yeah, there's freedom there.
Yeah.
There's absolute freedom. It says your destiny awaits. Discover the gift. It's why you are here. From award-winning director Demian Lichtenstein, it's a stunning feature-length documentary that explores the basic and vital reality that we are each given a unique gift, a purpose in our lives that is always seeking to express itself. What a great thing.
Yeah.
So tell me what's going on with the movie now. What's going on?
Well, we did a global tour where we've been in, I think, at last count, the movie has premiered in 7 countries. Where the book is in 22 countries and in 7 languages right now.
I love it.
We did a world premiere in New York. We did a world premiere in Los Angeles at the Agape Spiritual Center. They've been amazing. We've screened the film all over the United States. We are preparing for a U.S. tour that will be a full event where you get to come and have the experience of the movie, the Q&A with the filmmakers and the authors afterwards, and then a full weekend seminar on discovering your gift.
Oh, wow.
And that's the key. It's really about your gift.
Yeah.
That's when we say discover the gift. It's the gift within you.
Right. Discover the gift within you. It's like we said. It's as unique to you as is your DNA or your fingerprint.
Yeah.
You are one of a kind.
Yeah.
Well, if we can help you out in doing any of that, promotions or anything, you let us know. Because my foundation would be more than happy to get behind you.
Great. Yeah, we'd love that. We just had an amazing event up at Great Spirits Ranch.
Ah, that was where I saw it. It was a great event, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then that's what's starting to happen now in the community is that people are are seeing the movie or reading the book. For us, the prescription is watch the movie, read the book, listen to the soundtrack when you have in your car or at home, and then watch the movie again. It's like Michael Beckwith said at the New York World Premiere. He came up and he said, Damian, I've seen the movie 4 times now, and tonight it felt like I saw it for the first time. It's so rich, and it's so full of extraordinary wisdom from some of the greatest minds in transformation and spirituality and self-help that I've ever come across personally. And we did our best to make it authentic and true to our own story. So now people are calling us and saying, you must bring this here. Right. You must, and that's what happened with Great Spirits Ranch. They called us and asked us to come there, Debbie and Athena and the rest of the team up there, and would we screen the movie and would we speak? And of course our answer was yes.
Absolutely we will.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful place up there.
Beautiful, stunning place, amazing. We had 300 people up there. It was just...
Now, the video's on demand, right? Discover the Gift video on demand?
Absolutely. You can get it on iTunes, on Amazon. You can go to Barnes & Noble. I believe Borders is still operational online.
And you can watch it in the comfort of your own home with those you love or on the go in your mobile, right?
Exactly.
That's wonderful. And they would do that at discoverthegift.com.
Yes, absolutely.
Also, discoverthegift.com. Now, the book is the doorway to unlocking and activating your passions and gifts, right?
It is.
And why is the book different than the movie? And why? I understand watching the movie and then reading a book. What? And we're just about to. Will you stay with me through the 4th quarter?
Of course.
Will you help me kick Mr. Universe out of here when he shows up?
I do it.
Most people don't stand up for that task. This is great. His name is Demian Lichtenstein. He's the author and co-author and producer of Discover the Gift. Go to discoverthegift.com. You hang in there. We'll be right back with you, okay? This is fantastic. This is fantastic. Stay put, everybody. You're in the right place. Cool Change Radio would like to welcome all our new talk shows. We've got Saving Lives with Susan Blauner. We've got Dear Mrs. D with Damona Hoffman. Love, Serve, Feed People, and Remember God with Michael Brian Baker. And you can look for other upcoming shows right here on Cool Change Radio. We're coming back with more Demian Lichtenstein and Discover the Gift, your gift, because this is the place here on Cool Change Radio. We'll be right back. Get quality goods for less from Bag City, serving all of Reno, Denver, Las Vegas, Bakersfield, Salt Lake City, Los Angeles, and many more cities. Up to 70% below retail on everything. Coin purses, wallets, organizers, purses, briefcases, backpacks, travel and garment bags, and ladies and men's leather jackets. All discounted, all up to 70% below retail. Bag City, the best for less? Bag City serving all of Reno, Denver, Las Vegas, Bakersfield, Salt Lake City, Los Angeles, and many more cities. Contact Bag City at 818-990-1795. That's Bag City, quality goods for less money. Bag City, where 15% of all sales go to local charities. You can't beat that. You help local charities while getting quality goods at up to 70% below retail. Contact Bag City now at 818-990-1795. Contact Bag City today and get quality goods for less money. That's 818-990-1795. Shop Bag City to save. Shop Bag City for charity. Bag City, 818-990-1795.
You're listening to The Quick Fix with Bradley Quick. Purpose, power, motivation. We'll be right back.
Today, experience The Quick Fix, a simple process for positive change. Written by Bradley Quick, author, producer, motivational speaker, and host of the award-winning radio talk show, The Quick Fix with Bradley Quick on CoolChangeRadio.com. Bradley's passion for life is evident in his book, written so you can experience health, find your purpose, and have more effective relationships. Beating insurmountable odds, overcoming death, and being paralyzed, Bradley fought his way back so he could help you conquer your struggles. Experience increased health, vitality, passion, and purpose in your life right now with The Quick Fix, and read about Bradley's courage, ambition, and determination to live. Whether the issue is your thoughts, your physical body, or you just want to feel better and be happy, The Quick Fix, a simple process for positive change, will change your life. For only $19.95 plus shipping and handling. Take positive action now and receive a free guided meditation CD with your order. That's a $20 value free with your order today. Go to BradleyQuick.com. That's BradleyQuick.com. Take control and begin feeling better now. Get the book and free CD now at BradleyQuick.com.
All right, welcome back. Thank you all for joining us on CoolChangeRadio.com, Facebook.com, and BradleyQuick.com. As you know, you can catch our live and video recorded shows on Cool Change Radio and over 700 hours of my best audio interviews, your favorite topics and personalities at BradleyQuick.com. Hey, this is Cool Change Radio. As you well know, we're broadcasting live from Freddie Siegel Studios. We're your home for self-improvement and a place for positive life enhancement. I want you to know we're being supported in large part by one of my favorite charities, the Cool Change Foundation. The foundation was created to help families and all the children in those families. They do that by providing positive transformational life enhancement methods and techniques to those children's caretakers, usually moms and dads, so they may overcome negative habits and become better role models and providers for the kids. As a direct result, the children's home and family life becomes more nurturing and loving. It always does, and it always will. You can help the foundation help the mom, dads, and kids in your community, and you can do that right now. Simply send your donation of love and support directly to the foundation at www.thecoolchangefoundation.org. That's thecoolchangefoundation.org. Once there, simply click on the Support Us link at the top of the page, and you'll be helping us help the children. That's thecoolchangefoundation.org. Click on the Support Us link and help us today. Every penny counts. No donation is ever too small, and the children need your help. From all of us here at Cool Change Radio, we thank you for your support. All right, joining us once again, Demian Lichtenstein, co-author and producer of Discover the Gift. Welcome back, sir.
Good to be here.
Thanks for staying with us in this fourth quarter.
My pleasure.
Okay, now, the book will transform my life, but so will the movie. But the movie's gone. The book I can pick up with me wherever I go. What's the dynamic there?
Well, in the movie, we did everything that we could to give the experience of transformation to the individual. And we know from literally the thousands of people that have told us that the movie has literally transformed and altered their lives.
By just bringing forth awareness.
Yeah, literally by just watching it, because it opens you up and makes you receptive to your own gift. The book is a simple roadmap to the 8 steps of discovering that gift. And the person that is the most influential in that has been my sister, because she is an educator. I am a filmmaker. I come from the world of entertainment. She comes from the world of education. And then how could we take our gifts and our skill sets and merge them together, and so that the movie not only enlightens and inspires, but the book gives you the educational steps with which you can discover your gift. And every day, my sister is on Facebook with thousands of dedicated followers working through those 8 steps. So she's truly the master of that. And, to plug her and to plug ourselves, if you really want to engage in that, go to our Facebook fan page, reach out to Shajen and specifically let her know that you want to know about those steps and how can you use the book as an educational tool. And like most books, it's when you go to see a movie that's based on, let's say, a big novel, a lot of the story is left out. So a lot more of our story and what happened is in the book. And when we talk about the 8 steps in the movie, in principle, they fly by. But within the book, you get to work on those steps and you get to use the practices to distinguish for yourself what you need to in order to grow along these spiritual and transformational lines.
Now, when we talk about the eight steps of your book, and we talk about watching the movie, we talk about reading the book, and we talked about you being following other disciplines, right?
Yes.
Agape, Dali Lama, Buddhism, martial arts, right? But with the key word in discipline is disciple. You've got to be a disciple of the teachings, right?
Yes.
Which means you must apply a discipline.
Yes.
To adhere to, right?
Yes.
Because if you don't do that, you're never going to change, are you?
No. Jack Canfield in the movie, in the book, says that it takes 30 days of uninterrupted discipline and practice to put any new habit into your life. Minimum 30 days. Like you get up, as you say, I'm going to meditate, and you want meditation to become a part of your life. And I'm still working on being a meditator myself.
We're still working on a daily meditation.
Still working on my daily practice of that.
Didn't work?
No. But as I work on that, the other sciences say that's true, the 30 days, but then it takes an uninterrupted discipline of 90 to make it part of your life.
Right.
Not just get it in your life, but make it part of your life. Stuart Emery says in the film, he goes, discover what you love to do, and then make a practice of getting better and better and better at it. And in the actual final number is that if you practice something like a martial art or any form of discipline, that 10 years you become a master of that art. But it literally takes 10 years to become a master of that art. And that's why even with Discover the Gift, my sister and I still consider ourselves students, master students of the discipline, but students, because we've only been at this particular thing 5 years.
By applying yourself, the discipline, by applying yourself to a certain discipline, week in, day in and day out, week in and week out, month in and month out, year in and year out, decade in and decade out, you can become a master. And what that means to me is that you're living it now. You're not just practicing it. You're living it. It's part of your life. It's an automatic conditioned response.
Yes, very much so. And it's very unique. Like one of the things that you said is like I had a spiritual master who I still have. But when he was in living form and I first met him over a decade ago, literally went to that guy on the mountain like that with the words were in the song that you were playing prior to the show. And I sat with him, and he said to me, I have a vision of you that you're going to take all this skill and all these gifts and you're going to create a movie and a movement that is going to help people realize the depth of their own internal spiritual nature, the divinity within themselves. and I support you in that. And I said, no, I'm not. I'm going to go back to Hollywood. I'm going to blow some more things up.
Right,
And
sure.
I am absolutely not going to do that.
Right.
Well, that's why that spiritual master, the Ruchira Avatar Adida Samraj, is the last person you see at the end of the movie, honoring him for having seen the
His
gift.
vision.
Yeah, having seen the gift in me that I hadn't even seen yet.
Wow. That's heavy, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. Like, I had no idea that I'd be sitting here talking to you about this. I was definitely not on that path.
This is absolutely amazing. And we say your destiny awaits. Discover the gift. It's why you are here. What is it, in my opinion, and that's what created the foundation of my book and everything else, is that the human organism is the biggest, dumbest organism on the face of the planet. Because we're the only one that has self-will. Every other organism, no matter how big or how small, is instinctually and intuitively driven to their mission in this evolution. But we have to, we're the ones that have to learn to quit doing what we're doing. And I hate to use the word, but it's surrender. We got to give up, right? Then we got to learn how to follow some other practice and get rid of all the garbage that we've held on to for so long.
Yeah. And then what happens, and this is a spiritual opinion, is that what we ultimately do, and I'm at work on this every day. Right. I get upset about things every day.
Oh, yeah.
I run a business. I have employees. I have investors. I have banks I deal with. I have taxes to pay. I have a life. I have family. I have it all. But I have a rich life because I'm really experiencing my life. And I'm not pretending that I'm some highfalutin spiritual, guru.
You're over the ego.
I hope I am. My sister keeps pointing out where I'm not. God
Well,
bless her.
That's what her job
That's
is.
her job.
That's her job, right.
Yeah, but what I ultimately have learned is that in the end, what you surrender to is what we call the ultimate gift, which is love. Yeah. That is the ultimate, truest gift in the universe is love. And so that's what I'm in a constant surrender to. Constantly surrendering to that all there is in the end, after you've said everything you can say, and after you've done everything you can do, the only thing left is I love you.
That's so true. I went to the other side, inside, I went to that inner black universe, and we were all balls of energy. We're all orbs. And no mass, we were able to move in and out of each other. And the only emotion there was love. The only emotion there was love. Nothing else.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. That's ultimately what it is. And well, for me, it's been an ongoing and will continue to be a lifelong journey of surrendering to that one true gift, which is love.
They can go to discoverthegift.com, discoverthegift.com, or they can email if they need to at info@discoverthegift.com.
They can, yes.
info@discoverthegift.com. This is great. Damian, will you come back here one of these days?
Yeah, I'd love to.
I would love to have you because this has just been really enlightening for me.
For me as well.
I am so blessed to have you. That was Uriah Heep, by the way, the Wizard.
Yeah.
Just an amazing song.
Great song.
Just written in the 60s. And they were thinking about the same thing we're thinking about today.
Yeah. Well, I think the human beings have been thinking about it as long as there has been the opportunity to be conscious.
I love you. And we'll see you next time, all right? Thanks
love
for
you
being
all.
with us. Thanks for being with us. This is fantastic. This man is fantastic. The whole deal is fantastic. Again, I'd like to give a great big thanks to Fred Siegel and our friends from around the globe for supporting our charity, the Cool Change Foundation. You too can help the foundation help the mom, dads, and kids in your community, and you can do that right now. So you can send a donation of love and support directly to the foundation at thecoolchangefoundation.org. We thank you for your support, thecoolchangefoundation.org. I'd like to thank our guest, the fabulous Demian Lichtenstein, co-author and producer of Discover the Gift. Discover the Gift presents a simple roadmap to a journey of self-discovery that will undoubtedly change your life forever. Check them out, www.discoverthegift.com, discoverthegift.com. I'd also like to thank the people that make this show happen. Our fantastic engineers, Rob Gainey, author of Rockin' Your Stage Sound, available in bookstores now. Go get the book. You sound as good as we do. Our buddy Paul Madrano, the fitness expert, Quick. We'll be back with us again tomorrow. The show is produced by Bradley Quick Productions, has been made possible by Fred Siegel, YouTube, Google, Buzzbros, the Salvation Army, Universal Studios, Milestones Ranch Malibu, Tim Allen, Carrie White, Marilyn Toth, and many others, including the Cool Change Foundation. Remember, it's time for a cool change with the Cool Change Foundation. And go forget about yourself, help somebody else, and your life will get better. I promise. We'll see you tomorrow.